All right. So, interesting development here. The Green Bay Packers have regained Randall Cobb. They trade with the Houston Texans, give up a sixth round pick. This feels like a very much an Aaron Rodgers, I want this guy back on my team move. I think he even said he appreciated that they did it. It felt a little bit like that. So, cool. Good for him. I'm not sure how much this helps them football wise. We'll get into it just so you guys know why I'm recording a video of just me talking about it instead of what I typically would do the past couple years, which is a film study. The reality is I don't have any film. NFL Game Pass came back and there is there's broadcast footage and there's condensed film, but there's no all 22 footage. For wide receiver, you can do it. I've made film studies with broadcast footage for wide receivers, but it's really difficult. You kind of need the all 22. So that's the concern. I'm hopeful that it's a temporary thing. It seems like my guess is it's temporary, although I have, looked at stuff. I've sort of gone back and looked at like what is the promotional stuff, and they don't mention coaches film or all 22 anywhere, so a little bit concerned. But anyways, hopefully that works out, and in the future I'll be back to coaches film and stuff. Let's talk about the trade itself for a second. It's an interesting trade, and it's an interesting addition. The reason why I'm a bit confused, I guess, is not confused because, again, I get it. It's the Aaron Rodgers of it all. He wants Cobb, but I'm not entirely sure if it's going to help them too much because they already have a lot of guys who are kind of like Cobb in that could potentially work out range. You have Allen Lazard, you have Marquez Valdez-Scantling, you have Amari Rodgers, Equanimeous St. Brown, Devin Funchess, so is Cobb going to be a clear-cut better than those guys? I don't know. He might be an upgrade, and again, you're not giving up much for him other than cap space, so why not go ahead and make this move? Personally, this is kind of why I say like they should have traded for Julio Jones, but that's a whole nother discussion. At the same time, though, it's like, hey, you give up a late-round pick, and you get someone that's just going to make the locker room feel better. Seems like Devontae Adams is happy Cobb is back. So, if that's the case, then that's the case. It's not a big risk, and they're not giving up too much for it. So I'll say I like the move, even if I don't know how much it's going to actually help them on the football field, because they do need that like number 2 option. And who knows, in that Tampa Bay game, if Randall Cobb is there and can kind of get open, that could have been a difference, right? Because they really struggled at getting guys open later in that game, other than Devontae Adams, who did have 100 yards. But other than that, they kind of struggled with a number 2 option, and getting another guy couldn't make that offense even better, even though it was literally the best offense in the league last year. And you look at Cobb's stats, I don't think his stats fully tell the whole story. His traditional stats, 441 yards, 38 receptions. But what's worth mentioning about it is that he was hurt. He only played 5 snaps in week 11 and then got hurt for the rest of the year. So, he was injured, and he still had some solid numbers. He had over a yard per snap. He had 370 snaps total last year, and he's never been a high snap count guy. Well, I shouldn't say never, because in 2014, 2015, he had over 1,000 snaps in both of those 2 seasons, but for the most part, he's like a 700, 800 snap guy, which is still a decent amount. So again, if he can just be like honestly a number 3 option, that would be good for Green Bay. You take that. There's value with that one. So, and also, if you're a fan of Pro Football Focus, which, I like them, what they have in terms of their grading system is they say that last year in Houston was Cobb's best season since 2016. So 2017, 2018, and 2019 were kind of down years for him, and then he kind of bounced back a little bit, but didn't have as much playing time. So there's some hope here. Again, is Cobb a bigger name than he is a player at this point? Probably, but he's also, as of right now, he's 30 years old. He'll turn 31 during the season, but he's not some old guy out there either. He's still relatively young and still a guy who can perform. So again, I don't hate the move whatsoever. I could see him adding value, and when you can add value without giving up much stuff, a 6th rounder, who really cares? It's hard to really hate on that too much. So I'll say I like the move because it makes some sense. For the Texans, again, kind of surprised you can't get a little bit more, but 6th round pick, I guess if I am confused I think it makes sense. I think a 6th-round pick, again, who really cares about a 6th-round pick? You would have thought that maybe the Texans could have gotten more just by saying, well, hey, you guys want Rodgers to be happy, maybe give us a 4th-rounder for it, right? But who knows if they knew that that's what Green Bay was doing it for anyways. So, I don't know. Interesting move, though. That's what I think. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Again, sorry, no film to talk about. Hopefully that changes at some point, but hope you guys enjoyed it regardless. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.